Well, there is a huge Hojlund to United boost reported by the manager of Atalanta. Remember, Hojlund plays for Atalanta, and there is a very huge boost coming in from Atalanta manager to everyone that is in need of this player known as Hojlund. It's really a very huge boost, and I think Erik ten Hag is outside there very much excited about this uplift, that Atalanta is 100% willing to sell this player, and they've gone ahead to put their conditions right up there. Welcome to United Matters channel. Good morning, guys. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? Rock and David is my name. Smash the black button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, today is really a Wednesday. Erik ten Hag is going to hold a press conference of United versus Spurs. Remember, yesterday night I came up with what I call the match preview between Spurs and Manchester United. It's already there. You can as well go ahead and really watch it, because I think that it will really give you a clear picture onto how we are going to Tottenham Hotspur. We are talking Gravenberch, one of the big players that maybe Erik ten Hag will be willing to reunite with. Remember, he was with at Ajax and is at Bayern Munich, not getting enough playing time. That's why he missed out on the World Cup. And lastly, the FA Cup final fixture update between United and Man City that is going to be played at Wembley on the 3rd of June has really gotten a huge alternation that you guys need to know, and that's what you get every time you keep yourself to United Matters channel. Rock and David is my name. Continue subscribing because we want to hit 13,000 subscribers as we end this month of April. Now, one of the priority position of Erik ten Hag to fix at Manchester United is the center forward role or the striker role, and Hojlund came to the ears of many towards the international break. That was around 19th March, when we are told that Erik ten Hag is really wanting this player. He has scouted him, and obviously he's really doing lots of things to really get him at the club of Manchester United. So lots of things have been said, and obviously the player came out and really admitted in January that he supports Manchester United and would like to be playing there. So over the weekend, after Atalanta had played this game of football, the Atalanta coach, Gianpiero Gasperini, on Hojlund, he said the following: "I haven't seen so many strikers as good as Hojlund at 20. He can improve a lot. He's great. Top European clubs are always attentive to this kind of top talents. There could be some huge bids for him that would be impossible to reject for us." Have you heard that? You know, there would be impossible bids, huge bids to reject from Atalanta. Now, before Hojlund hit the ground running at Atalanta, he was valued at around 30 million pounds, or 30 million, I think it was 30 million pounds, right, not euros. Now, having hit the ground running, especially with him being linked to Manchester United, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and every team around the world that is really huge, that just increases his market. And I think we are going to be disadvantaged on the price of Hojlund because of the teams that we are having. Sorry, because of the strikers available on the market. When you look at the strikers available on the market, they are really in plenty, but their prices are really huge. The most expensive striker on the market right now is Victor Osimhen, 133 million pounds. The next expensive striker on the market is Goncalo Ramos, 110 million pounds. The third expensive striker on the market is Harry Kane. He goes for 100 million pounds. The fourth expensive striker on the market is Vlahovic. You know, Vlahovic going in for 80 million pounds. Then there is Benjamin Šeško, 60 million pounds. You can get him. So those are like the 5-6 center forwards that are really on the market and are really looking for a move elsewhere to a club that is really doing better and better and better. Now, as it stands, Hojlund might cost now close to 60 million pounds. I think north of 60 million pounds. That's it. So, to me, if you ask me, Hojlund, 60 million pounds. Would you get him? 100% say yes. this statement that has been put out by his manager is one that really makes us sign this player at 60 million pounds because I haven't seen so many strikers as good as Hojlund at 20, right? I think Hojlund and Benjamin Šeško are the only strikers in the age of 20 who are really killing up the leagues where they are, and their talent is really immense that you cannot downplay it. So, and the manager is telling us that he can improve a lot. He's really a great player. That's what the manager is telling us, Gian Piero Gasparini. Now, why should I go in for a player who is 60 million pounds like Hojlund? Because I don't want United to get in a Hurricane who is 30 years of age. Yet there is a player who is 28 years of age, better than Hurricane according to me. You know why? He's a prolific goal scorer. His involvement play is really great. Hold up play is great. Comfortable on the ball. He has a skill, and he has what we call positional presence in the 18 box area of the opponent. According to how we're going to be playing next season at Manchester United, we'll be needing that centre forward who really has that presence in the box and obviously puts those balls at the back of the net. And if I told you Eric Ten Hag, why would you spend £100 million on Harry Kane when there is a player, Hojlund, who is really proven and can really come into your hands, and you know that you are good at improving players, and his manager right now is telling us that at Atalanta, this boy can really hit greater heights. So I think it's better for us to go in for this guy. You know why? We can get him easily. Before even the preseason, this deal can be done. I think at £50 million, £60 million north, we can get this man in. You know, getting him in just allows us to see him integrate into the squad easily enough during the preseason. For Harry Kane, it might take us long because Spurs plays a hard game. They play a hard game. Hard to get, you know? But at last they'll sell him because Harry Kane doesn't want to renew his contract. And I think Harry Kane would love to go to Manchester United and wouldn't love to leave a team wouldn't like to leave the Premier League because it's just few goals away from breaking the record of Alan Shearer. And I think if United cannot get him and we get in Hojlund first, then Newcastle might get him because Newcastle really need a centre forward. And if at all they happen to win the Champions League, I think Harry Kane will be delighted to go ahead and really play for a team like Newcastle. So to me, I have another reason as to why I think we should get in Hojlund. Hojlund is 20, buy him at £60 million. Even when he plays for 5 seasons for Manchester United, he'll be having a very good resale value of like £150 million. Harry Kane won't have a resale value because the more he grows, the more he depreciates in price. So that is Harry Kane for you. And the other one is the limitations of English players. You know, Harry Kane is not among this new era of English players like you see Mason Greenwood, Phil Foden, James Maddison. You know, those players that are really English are not limited, that can really go ahead and really do a lot of things on the ball, and their technical abilities are really huge. But for Harry Kane, he's technically limited. But when you look at Hojlund, he's a player who is unlimited. You know, he's technically gifted, very good football intelligence. He's a good finisher, and his swift left foot is really out of this world. And I've seen people comparing him to Haaland, and I'm saying, you guys, do you know what game of football is all about? What is this comparison all about? I think the only comparison is that the only thing they have in common is that they both play with a left foot. But when you look at the two play, they are different kind of players altogether. Hojlund is really having a very huge talent than Haaland, and I think if at all he comes in at a club like Manchester United, he'll score in goals in his debut season like no other, because I believe if at all Ten Hag is backed as once, we are going to be a different kind of team altogether with a new philosophy of tiki-taka football all over the season. That is Hojlund for you. So let's wait and see how United is going to react to that. If we are United right now, after receiving that, if at all we had a very competent technical team, would be really talking to the team of Atalanta and seeing this deal done and dusted. Look at Chelsea. They signed Nkunku in September last year. You know, Man City signed Haaland in March of 2022, 6 months to the opening of the transfer window. You get? So teams have gone ahead to sign players early enough. You see to it that they really avoid competition in the summer transfer window. But you know what United is all about. We are really bad and sick at really doing such things, and they're not for us. Not until we see whether this newly elected chief negotiator or newly appointed chief negotiator is going to do a very good job this summer. You know, last summer we had Tom Keane. I never liked his negotiations because we went ahead to really get the players expensively. That's it. Now let's wait and see this newly appointed chief negotiator for United. Wow. How is he going to do his job in the summer? And I'll rate him towards the end of the summer. So after that, let's go to Ryan Gravenberch. Gravenberch has gone ahead and really spoken out. He's being targeted by Manchester United, Liverpool, and Arsenal. He has said training and playing at the top level for a year is instructive, but it has to change next season. I really want to play week in, out again. Week in, week out again. I haven't spoken to the board yet, but it's clear that this role does not match. So he's not happy with what role he's playing at Bayern Munich. You know, having left Ajax, he was really one of those prospectful talents that you saw playing in the midfield. He can play as a CDM, he can play in a double pivot, he can play as a central attacking midfielder. Erik ten Hag is an admirer of Ryan Gravenberch. Even before getting Marcel Sabitzer, he had called in for a loan of a player known as Gravenberch from Bayern Munich, but Bayern Munich told him, no way, we are giving Marcel Sabitzer, and went in for Marcel Sabitzer. Marcel Sabitzer is really doing a very wonderful job, and I think nothing is going to stop him from really retaining his position at Manchester United permanently and being signed by Erik ten Hag. As it stands, I have to let you know that we are not going to really see ourselves into the dilemma of the midfield. I think there is a vast choice of Erik ten Hag to make. Sabitzer is there, and I think Gravenberch will be a very good addition. And I think if at all we can get Sabitzer and Gravenberch, the midfield problems will be solved, because Gravenberch can easily play as a CDM into that position of Casemiro very well. Sabitzer coming in through, obviously good player, and it's always good to get in players that are really versatile. That's why you see to it that Luke Shaw is being played as a left back and a central. He's being played as a left back and being played onto the left side of the central defense. Then there is this guy. known as Bruno Fernandes, you know, being played as a right winger, left winger, double pivot. You understand, he once played as a CDM. So Ten Hag is trying to improve his players to find themselves in position of being able to play all those positions. So Gravenberch should be a very good addition to Manchester United, but the board of Bayern Munich is still hesitant that we are not letting this player go. That's it. So I think the player will only stay at Bayern Munich if at all he's granted playing time. And I think for Bayern Munich, they should let the player go. I know they would like to keep a player of such a quality, but how do you keep a player who is unhappy? You know, if you want to keep him, give him time to prove himself. And ever since he went in at Bayern Munich, Gravenberch hasn't been given a chance to prove himself. You know, there are 3 German players that play in that midfield that he cannot really go past: Kimmich, Musiala, and Goretzka. You understand? He won't go past them. So it comes to my understanding that as things are going on, I think Gravenberch will finally find his way out of Bayern Munich, because they are contemplating onto their outs and ins. So being contemplative on their squad, that means you can't leave a player like Gravenberch there, because you can get some good man out of him. You go in and really getting a midfielder who can come in and really compete into your team. After that, we go to the FA Cup finale. Obviously, some changes have been made that you, the fans, will need to know. The FA Cup fixture is deemed high risk with logistical issues also at play. Recent FA Cup finals have kicked off at 5:15 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. It is claimed that the FA do not want these years to start any later than 4:45 p.m. in order to help fans post-match. All right, so let's wait and see how that happens, but it has been a very good update coming in from Manchester United Evening News. The finale is going to be played at 4:45 p.m. That is UK time. So thank you very much for watching. Through smash the like button, comment and share if you're watching us for the very first time, and never to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So Rokan David is my name, and your thoughts on to Hojlund United boost are welcome in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about Gravenberch to Manchester United and the alternation of the time the FA finale is going to be played. May the Almighty enlighten your day. Me out for now. See you later.